Welcome to the channel. I am Meki or Meki for short. Today, who knows? Whenever you're watching this, in this video, I will attempt to defeat the Hollow Knight with 64% of the game completed. Is it possible? Is it impossible? Who knows? You'll see. So watch the video, let me know in the comments, what percentage did you complete the game with? Are you still playing it? Are you doing Steel Soul runs? What are you doing? Do the whole follow, like, subscribe, all that stuff. These things in here, yeah, those things. But yeah, enjoy the video. I put chapters in as well so you can select relevant parts of the video. Hope you enjoy, hope you have a lot of fun. I'll see you soon. Thank you. Okay, so you see here, we are going to travel all the way to the Black Egg. We have done everything that we needed to do to unlock it. I won't specify what that is. If you are fairly early on into the game, you probably shouldn't be watching this because we are heading towards the end of the game. This is not 100%, as I mentioned before. We are mainly just picking up from, we are able to open the Black Egg. So here you'll see the seals that were on there previously have now been removed. We can go inside. So we're going to go inside and have a look. This is one of the most visually interesting places in the game so far. I do think that something about the simplicity of this, with the lights, with the darkness, with things that are in the foreground, things that are in the background. I just love the way it's blended. I think it's a very cool way of showing what is around in there. What can you see? And you'll see here there is a bench which we'll go and sit down on. It allows us to rest. I mean, there's no real need for us to rest at this point in time. But also this then tells us, vessel, though bound, you shall know the state of the world. Hollow nest will be whole again. Completion percentage viewable in the inventory. So now within the game we can go to the inventory menu and we can actually see how much of the game we've finished. Like I say, I know at this point people can go back and do way more. There is more to be done. I was going to jump into the Hollow Knight fight straight away, and you'll see here I kind of had to think about, you know, is this the process? Is this the thing I should be doing? Should I go and do something else? Is there anywhere else in the game that I haven't been to that I can access at this point in time that I probably should go and do? So I kind of have a look at the map, I have a look at what we've got, and you can see there, I'm learning 64% is what I've done so far. But instead what we're going to do is we're going to go and grab Joni's Blessing. So again, this is another visually very interesting place within the game. The only reason we can find Joni's place is because Joni's Blessing is because we have a map to this area, to the Howling Cliffs, and although we'd been there, we hadn't been there to these bits, and you'll see here we discovered this. So we pick up Joni's Blessing, and it's very much linked to the blue flies and blue lifeblood, so it allows us to take more damage, but we can't heal. So it's kind of like, obviously with a lot of charms, it's weighing up what is best for you in terms of loadout, but this felt like a worthy detour. And like I say, I was kind of having a think of, is it worth seeing if there's anything else to get? And obviously you can see here there's like we can listen to Joni, Blue Child Joni, and tells us about, you know, what has happened. And it's interesting because you meet these phantoms, these ghosts, and they very much give you some insight into the lore and the world, and all those kind of things. So it's very cool. We also get souls for that. Souls, we pick up things with our dream nail. So here we've gone all the way back to the Black Egg. We are ready to at least attempt the Hollow Knight fight. So what you'll see when we go to this, I think I'm fairly comfortable with the layout. I think I take a moment to double check what we've got in terms of the charm layout and whether or not it's something that is comfortable for this fight. Do I feel like this is the thing that makes sense? I kind of wanted to test myself here. I thought, you know, is it a fight I can do? Can I feasibly defeat the game with this low percentage or lower percentage? I'm sure that there are other things that I could have done beforehand that potentially made life easier. And I'm just kind of reviewing what that did, but you know, it gives me an idea. Okay, here I'm going to check my charms and just say, what do I not need? So I like Long Nail. Long Nail gives me a lot of good options. Soul Catcher I keep on for the time being. I've taken off the compass, but you see here, I kind of have a think about what do I really need on this. So I've kept Long Nail, I've put Quick Slash on, I've kept Grub Song for the time being, and then I kind of look and see what else can we put on in terms of that. So I have a think about the best thing to do. Is it worth putting on Spore Shroom and then something else? So you'll see here, I think I used Defender's Crest because that's the only thing that would fit. Oh, sorry, ignore me. I put on Steady Body. Because at this point I thought maybe that's the thing to do. You see here, I kind of played around with that. So in a second, what you're going to see is the very first fight with the Hollow Knight. Its first attempt. Now here, I kind of take a moment. I was trying to figure out how to free him. It took me a while, and as you can see here, try hitting those things, those chains. So we hit the chains, and then we can release the Hollow Knight. Thankfully, somebody said to me, try hitting those things. Otherwise, it would have been a while that I've been jumping around thinking, oh, I can do this instead. But as you can see, it didn't quite work. So this is the very first attempt at him. I had no idea what to expect. I've not watched many people attempt this fight deliberately because I knew it was fairly close to being something that I'd be attempting. So I didn't want to influence how I played the fight. For example, here I'm getting some good pogos in, I'm getting some good hits, and getting some good moments to heal. I didn't need to heal there, so obviously you can see that I didn't. The thrust is quite interesting. You know, it seems like he's got a lot of options. You can parry a lot of things, you can pogo him, you can be patient. You do need to be careful in some of the latter stages of the fight because he brings in different techniques. Especially you've got walk damage, and those tendrils that come out of the ground, for example, when he down slashes, that was something I wasn't expecting, and that can be, if you're positioned in the wrong place, can do a lot of damage to you. I take a moment to heal. Fortunately, because I've got Spore Shroom, it does damage to him, so it's been quite beneficial. But you'll see here, I'm doing some good damage. I think I've got him quite late phase. And it was interesting because somebody said to me this was probably the best first attempt they had seen, which I really appreciated them saying because I wasn't sure. And here now he starts bringing in different attacks that I'm not expecting before. We've seen this attack before, but it's this jumping one that I was like, whoa, what am I supposed to do with that? You can see there I pogoed him rather than trying to kill him. Trying to heal, sorry. I should have healed. But, you know, I did pretty well for my first attempt. And we'll transition to our next attempt. So this is attempt number 2. And listen, I'm going to be honest with you. These attempts vary in how well they go. Some of them went really well. Some of them we got to the latter stages of the fight. Others, not so much. You see here, we're still using the charms that we put on previously. We are trying our best to get through this fight. Slowly but surely, hoping to wear him down, but taking some hits, and as you can see, when you take hits from him, it seems to do significantly more damage than it would do just a normal hit. And there, I just kind of jump into him. So it could have been avoided. So here you'll see attempt number 3. Again, when he's doing that thing where he opens up his cloak and starts throwing those bits of lava, I don't know what you'd call them. You can tell you're at least in a second phase. Here again, that down slash with those up. Attempt number 4. Are we doing any better? No. we kind of get hit and try and heal, and it just allows him to drive thrust at us. So you see here we're going to get our shade back and we're going to try it again. So this is attempt number 5. But I don't jump enough, I don't pogo when I should have done, and I get hit by that. And in a second you can see attempt number 6. I'm healing and he gets me. So clearly not the best place to heal. And here's, you know, Spore Shroom is, or Shroom Spore is doing a good job. But you see here, he can get away with one hit. We can't. We try and heal, but we kind of jump into him and again get hurt. So now we're looking at attempt number 8. Again, getting him to the stage where he's doing that, but jumped into him, feels silly. Attempt number 9, relearning, sort of, but we get hit by the tendrils that come out of the ground. So I decided, you know what, maybe it's time to have a look at my charms. Am I happy with what I'm using? So here I'm trying to think to myself, what's not really helping me? You know, long nail is something that I think needs to be there. I do. I try removing quick slash with a view to put something else on. And here I'm kind of questioning what the best thing is to use. I look at Weaver Song because in previous fights against some of the bosses I found that Weaver Song has been quite good because you're getting a lot of damage being applied to the boss. And you see here as well, I put on Defender's Crest. So that, again, against Hornet that was quite helpful. So attempt number 10, are we further along? Not really, kind of at the same place. And you see, with the Weavers, one thing I would say is that it's something you need to be conscious of. They will do damage if they're close enough to the enemy. And, you know, you can hope that it doesn't kick off, it doesn't ruin a rest phase, but it does. And attempt number 11 here, same thing. We get hit, we kind of jump into that. Attempt number 12, we're doing our best at pogoing, but there is still walk damage which you have to be wary of. And here the tendrils get us because we're not positioned in the right place. Attempt number 13, we're kind of stuck in a corner there, which when we try and get out, he teleports. Attempt number 14, we're doing good damage, we're doing a very good job, but we get hit by a couple of things there that were avoidable, and we would have got hit by the tendrils as well. Attempt number 15, we're down to 1 health thing, and as we're trying to get away, he teleports into us and gets us. Attempt number 16, he is in a further stage there. You see that jumping thing is the furthest we've been for a while. Attempt number 17, get caught by the tendrils. Not learning by that. You see there he's hurting himself. Attempt number 18, I'm getting slightly better at anticipating those tendrils. And here, I should have left him committing seppuku or whatever he's doing there. Attempt number 19, I jump out of the way. I kind of put myself in a position there where I could have stopped and I would have been alright, but I walked into the tendrils. I healed in the wrong place. Again, he's in a later stage, but what the mistake I'm making here is I am not doing enough damage to him while he's hovering above me, and there was an opportunity to do damage, but I've missed out on that. Attempt number 21, you see here I avoid the tendrils. I avoid the tendrils again. I know what's happening with that, or at least I think I do. We're trying to get him again, but simple parry. Simple parry. I decide to have a look at the charms, then I take off Grub Song, and I put on Stalwart Shell. So attempt number 22, you get caught by the tendrils. You get caught by the tendrils, but not the second time because I was positioned right. But as soon as I moved, he got me. Attempt number 23. I'm just not. I don't feel confident. I don't feel like I'm doing the damage that I want to, and I keep on jumping into them. It feels like silly mistakes that are avoidable. Decide to change the charms again. So I put Grub Song back on, and I'll also put you'll see here, I'm going to put Steady Body back on. So attempt number 24, we're getting him to a later stage, and now we're using the upward attack, up and circle, to do that damage while he's jumping, but he still gets me. Not quite happy with this. Attempt number 25, I do feel like I can get into the later stages. When he's doing that jumping thing, it's definitely later on in things, but we are getting hit. Getting hit in silly places that feels like it's avoidable. And again, attempt number 26, we are seeing improvements. I'm learning things per fight. You know, I feel like there are improvements I'm making every time, but then getting caught by 2 thrusts just feels silly. Attempt number 27, again, caught by a thrust, just positioned in the wrong place. Right, attempt number 28, I'm avoiding the tendrils. I avoided the thrust there, you know, but I get hit by his goop that's coming out of his cloak, which feels just avoidable. Attempt number 29, again, I'm smart there. I'm right by the tendrils though. I was healing and I allowed myself to heal for slightly longer than I should have done. Attempt number 30, I'm starting to use the upward and circle, but as you can see there, it's not a perfect strategy because you can get hurt. Now I say to myself, I feel like I can do this. I change no charms, I convince myself, I say, you know what, I think I can do this. And this fight, I don't know, something about it felt right. I'm avoiding the thrusts. I'm trying to avoid simple damage. I mean, I catch a little hit there, but that was avoidable. Not lost a lot of health so far. Allowing him to come to me a little bit. Pogoing over the thrust. The weavers are doing damage to him as well. So, you know, it's not a lot of damage, but it's still damage. Very nearly put myself into a corner there. I take a couple of hits because of it, but, you know, back on the strategy. Trying to make sure that I pogo when I can, trying to make sure that I heal when I can. Yes, I take damage there from the thrust, but he also took damage because of the Defender's Crest and the Spore Shroom. You see there, we get into a rest phase, but as I mentioned before, the Weavers do damage, which means that if you're not careful, you can end up actually being waking the boss from the rest phase and not healing when you should do. So here I'm down to three lives, 3 masks, and I'm very concerned. But he starts doing the attacks that I know means we are in the latter stages of the fight. There he's healing. I took the opportunity to heal as well. He's hurting himself, but that's all good. And here we strike upwards, and that's it. Much to my shock, that's it, he's done. And as you can see there, I'm genuinely shocked because I thought maybe there's a second phase. Hold circle to focus, and that's it, we absorb all of that. And then we get to see this ending. And here you can see me just genuinely surprised. We watch the ending, knowing that this isn't the only ending to the game, but this is the ending that we got so far. And this is what will happen to us, and this is where we get to. And that, my friends, is beating the Hollow Knight with 64% of the game completed. It took 31 attempts, but we managed to do it. And you'll see here, we've finished the credits, and we're just gonna have a look at the end screen and just show that we have completed the game. It says, "Congratulations, well done on achieving this great feat. You persevered and you triumphed. We hope you enjoyed yourself in the world of Hollow Knight. We'll meet again on the road ahead." And then it's any button to continue. And you see here, it gives us a screen that says game completion, tells us what percentage is complete, and as you can see there, 65%. The time it took us was 54 hours, 21 minutes and 8 seconds. So it's not bad for my first playthrough of the game. I'm very pleased with that, and I will be going back to tidy up some extra bits. So I know there's charms to get, I know there's other boss fights to have, I know there's other areas that I haven't seen yet, which I'm going to go and see, and that is my plan when I go back to Hollow Knight. But it was an amazing game, I absolutely love it, and it's worth me playing more of it because I enjoyed it so much, so I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, that is the video for this, and like I say, obviously if you made it this far, you know that there are a lot of spoilers, and I hope you appreciate the playthrough and appreciate the video. So thank you very much, and don't forget to like and subscribe and all that stuff. Bye.